Hello and welcome to this episode of the Ranting Atheist podcast. So today we continue reading the Bible and we move away from Genesis. For some reason, we are moving to Job and we'll complete Job before we come back to Genesis. There's this format that we are following, and we go into Job and we see how God does bet Niger on top Job's life, and then his fucking friends begin to gaslight him and do apologetics for fucking Yahweh the gambler who made a bet with Satan. Well, they say, some people say that's not the Lucifer, but we take it that way. It's the devil. He made a bet and devil begins to fuck his life up, or Satan rather. That's basically what we read. So we're reading chapter 1 to 5. So if you are yet to subscribe up, Apple, Spotify, Google and other places podcasts are available, then check out the show notes below, links below. Click the links. Then yes, WhatsApp, if you want to reach out to me on WhatsApp, yeah, the link is also there in the show notes below. I know WhatsApp is something that people easily used to reach out to. WhatsApp, check it out. So now let's go and read Job chapter 1 to chapter 5. Yo, Taiwo, what's up?
Taiwo, why do you have a white man with beards? Is that a football player?
Yo, okay. Everybody, welcome.
I'm doing great.
Time.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro, you're welcome. We are here to read the Bible.
Ranting, please, the place where you read the Bible from, can you just put the link in the...
Yes. You are reading Job chapter 1 to 5, so let me...
I think I'll read one, so because I'm losing my hair, just so I can focus afterwards.
Okay,
all right.
Chapter 1, Abby?
I'll read chapter 1, but give me a... Give me a moment.
Okay. So, Taiwo, you're welcome.
Thank you, bro.
If I'm correct, you are from a Muslim background, right?
Yeah, sure.
So please, you will give us some ex-Muslim perspectives on some shit you are going to hear today.
Actually, Ranting, we should also try and read the Quran. Like, honestly speaking, that I know the Bible I've read, right? I've not read the Quran.
So
go away, Ranting.
I cannot speak Urdu, Abi, Arabic, or which one?
Arabic.
Oh yeah, everybody, Job verse chapter 1 verse 1.
Chapter 1. NLT version. NLT.
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm on the link that he...
Yeah, the link, I pinned the link, so just follow on.
Oh, do I have to tap on NLT? Is this NL?
No, it should be there now. You should see there. Should be directly, direct link.
Okay, New Living Translation, right?
Translation, yeah.
Okay. All right. Job 1 verse 1. There was a man.
Oh, why you high?
There once was a man. What's this translation?
Are you Osibajo? Where we are?
Okay, there once was a man. That's a tongue twister, I beg, named Job, who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of ox, and 500 female donkeys. He also had many servant slaves. He was, in fact, the richest person in the entire area. Job's son would take turns preparing feasts in their homes, and they would also invite their sisters to celebrate with them. When these celebrations ended, sometimes after several days, Job would purify his children. He would get up early in the morning and offer a burnt offering for each of them. For Job said to himself, "Perhaps my children have sinned and have cursed God in their hearts." And this was Job's regular practice. Job is a fucking sin, bro. Like,
yeah. So he was doing this and the motherfucker came to come
seriously wahala. So yes, we get to the catalyst. All right. Job's first test.
All right.
This is verse 6. One day, the members of the heavenly courts came to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser, Satan, came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that goes on. The Lord asked Satan, yeah?
Just wanted to interject and just point out that clearly God doesn't know everything because
doesn't know shit, man. That motherfucker.
Maybe he's having like
Omniscient. I was it. Omniscient my ass. Motherfucker is like, where
he clearly didn't know where it was coming from. I don't tell me, oh, he knew. He was just asking. Nobody.
He was just asking. Now I'm a Christian for today. I'm a Christian in the chat.
So we're just asking. Sure.
Yeah, just asking. Now. So it's like polite conversation.
We're just doing polite conversation.
Yeah. Then the Lord said, Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil. Satan replied to God, yes, but Job has good reason to fear God. You always put a wall of protection around him and his house and his property. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is. But reach out, take away everything he has. He will surely curse you to your face. All right.
He just manipulated God.
Why is God falling for this nonsense first?
I say manipulated motherfucker. Like,
all right. All right. You may test him, the Lord said to Satan. Do whatever you want with everything he possesses. But don't harm him physically.
AKA
so Satan left the Lord's presence.
Fuck him up.
It's like beat him up, don't kill him.
Yeah, fuck him up, man. Don't kill him. Don't kill him, Sha. Like.
One day, when Job's sons and daughters were feasting at the eldest brother's house, a messenger arrived at Job's house with the news. Your ox were howling, the donkeys feeding beside them. When the Sabeans raided us, they stole all the animals and killed all the farmhands. I'm the only one who escaped to tell you. Well, he was still speaking. Another messenger arrived with this news. The fire of God has fallen from the heavens and burnt on all your sheep and all the shepherds. And I'm the only one who escaped to tell you. Whilst he was still talking, a telemessenger arrived with this news. 3 bands of Al-Qabdins or something, raiders have stolen your camels and killed your servants. I am the only one who escaped to tell you. And while he was still speaking, another arrived with this news. Your sons and daughters were feasting in their eldest brother's home. Suddenly, a powerful wave sweeps in from the wilderness and hit the house on all sides. The house collapsed and all the children are dead. I'm the only one who escaped to tell you.
Super story.
Job stood up and tore his robes in grief. He shaked his head. He shaked his head and fell to the ground to worship. He said, I come naked from my mother's womb, and I'll be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord. And all this, Job did not sin by blaming God.
You fucking simp.
I tell you, say fuck up. That's all.
Legendary.
Yeah, like, oh my God, you're so great, God.
I just realized that I didn't know this before, but they killed the servants too. Like I knew they killed the servants, but
innocent people
that had nothing to do with this shit.
No, because you see, servants are not actually servants; they were slaves. Because they were servants, they won't be his possession. So they were.
Let me see. Let me find the other translations in this app. Which let me see, servant. Okay, let me look at verse 3. Verse 3.
Oh, do we use
NIV says servants, ESV says servants, BSB says servants.
Let me check. But the only way for God to kill the servants is if they were his possession, as in slaves.
I don't think God gives a fuck. He doesn't discriminate when he's killing.
He doesn't like the guys a fucking
babies, pregnant women.
Like if you can kill babies, who the fuck them servants? Like you guys already said fuck them babies. The last reading we read now. Babies are already drowned, so fuck those servants.
Anybody can get it.
So
now servants they call all of them, Sha. From what I'm seeing here,
slaves now.
They have of no consequences.
They sanitized it.
Probably Job was paying them because he was rich as fuck.
but it doesn't make any sense for them to be his possession.
Yeah, man.
At least children, we can try and understand that one, right? Children are not parents' possessions. We can try and understand that one.
Don't tell that to a Nigerian parent, though. Then we hear you.
I used to do
Children
it
are
too.
their property,
My mother slapped into my face and I'll be like, no, I'm not your child. I'm not your property. I'm my own person. And she's like, no, you're I own you. Like, fuck no. Okay. She said. Anyways, who's reading chapter?
Yeah, I'm next. So, who's reading 3, 4, and 5 now?
I feel 3.
Okay. 3, okay. Ada, are you there?
Yes, I'll read 4. I'll read
4.
1. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll read 5 then. Taiwo, so far, what do you have for us? Have you heard about Job before when you were still in the Mohammedan days?
How many stories do we even share with the Muslims actually?
There are a lot. They just Muhammad creates his own spin on it at times. So.
Okay. I thought we have to read the Quran as well.
I'm on a headache.
No, we have to try now.
We'll try. So Taiwo, we can't hear you. True.
What is the one I say we'll read next?
No. I wanted to give you one perspective, like from.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay. So I don't think there's Job's story in the Quran. I don't think, but I know I've heard about Job's story, and I know little about Job's story actually.
Okay.
God killed it and all.
Okay.
I've been telling you. It said God sent Satan to kill his children, so.
No.
Indirect.
This is like indirect. All deaths in the Bible are from God's hand. All. It's only the one Satan did that was indirect.
All right. Well, next person.
Okay, so chapter 2. Job's second test. One day, the members of the heavenly court came again to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser Satan came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Wait, are we smoking with God?
More friendly.
Have we not been over this already?
Wait, guys, hold on for a sec. Satan means accuser. So why are they adding accuser Satan? Like,
this particular translation.
You need a fall guy, because you can't say God was the one that was responsible for this, So someone has to take that.
We have been through this already. It's like somebody is telling it again.
He has amnesia.
Okay, let's not jump to conclusion. Let's see what will happen. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil, and he maintains his high integrity. I've been through this again.
Satan should be like, oh, you mean the guy who I fucked up?
This is deja vu, man.
You talking about that
Even
guy?
though you urged him to, maybe I've seen the twist now. Even though you urged him to harm him without cause, Satan replied the Lord, wait, please, this particular verse is very damning. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil, and he has maintained his integrity, even though you urged him to harm him with no cause. In some other, some other translations.
It's him that did it.
Yes, some other translation says, though you incited me against him to ruin him without any reason, for no reason, to destroy him for no reason. Like, God just fucked him up for no reason. And
don't you say God
they are serving a mad God.
This
For
guy
no
just said
reason. Just
one
fuck Job up.
sentence, and then we got like, oh, let me try it. Like, how someone just talk to you one time about something and you just be convinced? Your person is smarter than all the humans in the world combined, right? So these things you shouldn't be subjected to these type of manipulations. But okay, continue.
Anyway, yeah. Satan replied the Lord, skin for skin. A man will give up everything he has to save his life. But reach out and take away his health, it will surely cost you to your face. All right, do with him as you please. Hey, the Lord said, okay, do with him as you please. The Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. It's like, wait, it's like, is this a different writer that is creating spin-off or
No, I think they're doing this exact same writer.
So Satan left the Lord's presence and he struck Job with terrible boils from the head to foot. Job scraped his skin with a piece of broken pottery as he sat among the ashes. His wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die, smart woman. But Job replied, you talk like a foolish woman.
Simple.
Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. This kind of statement is what makes people to keep suffering and be thanking God foolishly and not go and look for solution. This is why Nigeria is like, you say, God, thank God for Nigeria. It could have been worse if we're not praying.
It could have been better as well. That's the thing. It can be worse, it can be better.
Okay, next verse 11. Job's three friends share his anguish. When Job's three friends heard of the tragedy he had suffered, they got together and traveled from their homes to comfort and console him. Their names were Eliphaz, the Temanites, Bildad, the Shuhite, and Zophar, the Naamathite. Fuck all these stalagmites. When they saw Job from a distance, they scarcely recognized him. Wailing loudly, they tore their robes and threw dust in the air over their heads to show grief. What kind of sick fucks are these people? Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw his suffering was too great for words. May the Lord bless the reading of his bullshit in Jesus' name.
Amen.
What the fuck did we just read? Okay.
Should I go?
Who's taking 3?
Yeah, I'm taking 3. Okay, so Job chapter 3, verse 1. At last, Job spoke, and he cursed the day of his birth. He said, let the day of my birth be erased, and the night I was conceived. Let the day be turned to darkness. Let it be lost even to God on high, and let no light shine on it. Let the darkness and utter gloom claim that day for its own. Let a black cloud overshadow it, and let the darkness terrify it. Let that night be blotted off the calendar. This guy's depressed.
Oh, wow.
He needs therapy. Never again to be counted.
The shit was so bad, my brother started speaking poetry.
Bro.
You can see it now. It's looking like some psalm.
They fucked the shit up, man. I don't blame him. Let that night be blotted off the calendar. Never again to be counted among the days of the year. Damn, that's deep. Never again to appear among the months. Let that night be childless. Let it have no joy. Anything but to cause God, though, like cause everything else, but the actual cause. Let those who are experts at cursing, who cursing could rouse Leviathan, curse that day.
Leviathan, yeah.
Leviathan, thank you. Curse that day. Let its morning stars remain dark. Let it hope for light, but in vain. May it never see the morning light. Curse that day for failing to shut my mother's womb.
Try.
Yeah, like I said, man, like I get it. He's angry at God, but he knows that like he's seen what God can do. So he's like, I'll just let my anger out in other outlets, So let me curse the day. So curse that day for failing to shut my mother's womb, for letting me be born to see all this trouble. Why wasn't I born dead? Why didn't I die as I came from the womb? Why was I laid on my mother's lap? Why did she nurse me at her breasts? Had I died at birth, I would now be at peace. I would be asleep and at rest.
Mm.
I would rest with the world's kings and prime ministers, whose great buildings now lie in ruins. I would rest with princes rich in gold, whose palaces were filled with silver. Why wasn't I buried like a stillborn child, like a baby who never lives to see the light? For in death the wicked cause no trouble, and the weary are at rest. Even captives are at ease in death.
Wait,
No-
hold on. So
Yeah.
the wicked in this case here can be people are causing wahala. So if he gets the wicked, and in this case all the horrible things in his life was by God, isn't he indirectly cursing God?
Hey, he's trying to be sly now. He knows God's not that fast, mentally.
Shading God. God, we don't know what is going on. Why
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
here?
yeah. Satan was, yeah, yeah. He's trying to be slick. For in death the wicked cause no trouble, and the weary are at rest. Even captives are at ease in death. Slaves, not
Oh,
captives,
wow.
with no guards to curse them. Rich and poor are both there, and the slave is free from his master. Oh, why give light to those in misery and life to those who are bitter? It sounds like he's taking a little jab at God more directly here, but okay. They long for death, and it won't come. They search for death more eagerly for hidden treasure. They're filled with joy when they finally die, and rejoice when they find the grave. Why is life given to those with no future? Those God has surrounded with difficulties. I cannot eat for sighing. My groans pour out like water. What I always feared has happened to me. What I dreaded has come true. I have no peace, no quietness. I have no rest. Only trouble comes. Praise the Lord.
It's fucking depressing. If I was his friend, I would ask him, please let me kill you. No, seriously,
Yeah,
why didn't his friends suggest to kill him, or they can't kill him, or God has made him unkillable? Like,
Yeah, he can't die because, if he dies, then
Satan did
who they
not cause him
torture?
harm. It is his friends.
Yeah,
You should just help him, because this is a serious cry for help. Like, holy
yeah.
shit.
Nah, this guy's depressed, man.
This
Like,
is
like
hell.
this guy cursed the day he was born, like in multiple ways.
He wished he was born dead. Like,
They killed 10 of his children at once, like at a go. That's rough.
yo. Come on. Please,
And it's
chapter
indirectly
4.
being shown that, his grandchildren as well, right? Because his children already married off and gone out to their own houses, right? So probably how they passed to carry their family, everybody to the party. So I mean that's not only where his kids killed, but his grandchildren and
Yeah.
his in-laws as well.
Probably, yeah.
Hail
Uh,
fucking
let's
Yahweh.
read chapter 4.
Oh, yeah.
So then Eliphaz the Temanite replied to Job, will you be patient and let me say a word? For who could keep from speaking out? In the past, you have encouraged many people. You have strengthened those who were weak. Your words have supported those who were falling. You encourage those with shaky knees. But now, when trouble strikes, you lose heart. You are terrified when it touches you. Doesn't your reverence for God give confidence? Hey. Doesn't your life of integrity give you hope? Stop and think.
What's this game here?
Stop and think. Do the innocent die? When have the upright been destroyed? My experience shows that those who plant evil and cultivate evil will harvest the same. A breath from God destroys them. They vanish in the blast of his anger. The lion roars and the wild cat snarls, but the teeth of the strong lions will be broken. Fierce lion roosted for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness will be scattered. This truth was given to me in secret, as though whispered in my ear. It came to me in a disturbing vision at night, when people are in deep sleep. Fear gripped me, and my bones trembled. A spirit swept past my face, and my hair stood on end. The spirit stopped, but I couldn't see its shape. There was a form before my eyes. In the silence, I heard a voice say, "Can a mortal be innocent before God? Can anyone be pure before the Creator? If God does not trust his own angels and has charged his messengers with foolishness, how much less will he trust people made of clay? They are made of dust, crushed as easily as a moth. They they are alive in the morning but dead by evening, gone forever without a trace. Their tent cords are pulled, and the tent collapses, and they die in ignorance. Glory be to Jehovah."
This is God basically like saying human beings are shit, worthless. Saying
God
I
has
don't even
trust
trust my
issues.
angels. Is it
So
people
who the
made of
fuck are
clay?
you?
Yeah, who the fuck are you if I can do whatever I want,
It does not
basically.
need to rate us. Sorry, what am I saying? It does not need to rate us.
Nah, like zero. It does negative ratings. That's how God views us. It's like a piece of shit, worthless.
They get to 1 stars.
It's
Not
just a
recommend creating again.
bunch of clay. Let me see. Where's that angel trust part? Let me see if there's another. There's one that had the message. The way the message puts it, verse 17. How can mere mortals be more righteous than God? How can humans be purer than their creator? Why? God doesn't even trust his own angels. Doesn't even cheer his angels. So much less these bodies composed of mud, fragile as moths, and what the fuck? The bodies of ours are here today and gone tomorrow, and no one even notices. Gone without a trace. When the tent takes up and read the fucking, I don't read that part. Like, this guy doesn't give a fuck, and yet, oh no, this people
Yeah, he's made it clear.
God does not even trust Angel Gabriel.
So what the fuck is Job? The most righteous man.
Then somebody will come. My daddy said that somebody will be blessed to you. My daddy said that. God doesn't trust.
And I have a correction. There's actually
Okay.
Job story in the Quran, and
Okay.
his name is Ayub. The Arabic
Ayub.
name is
Oh,
Ayub. It's
Ayub.
like Ayuba.
Ayuba.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So,
What
and
was
these
it?
stories are like similar, but just that the Quran didn't give details like the Bible. Though the Quran is just more like summary of the Jewish
Okay.
people.
Like,
Yes.
oh, there was a guy Job there.
I think
God
it's
fucked him up.
understandable, right? Because, like, people, like, at least Muhammad will probably only know the basics of the story because these stories were not accessible. Like, you could not get the book, you could not get the Bible. Bible at least existed at the time when he was alive. The Torah was not, I don't know actually how it would work. I know the Torah wasn't available for people to just read like that, maybe not too much later. So probably people only knew what the rabbi had told them.
Yeah, it was probably
Yes.
passed around word of
Yeah.
mouth.
No, I think the Jew lived in Mecca with Muhammad. So I think they are familiar with the Torah and the stories of the Jews. So I think Muhammad actually used that opportunity to like twist his own, change everything, that as if all the Jewish prophets are Muslims. So that is the concept of Muslim, that all prophets from Adam, all the people mentioned in the Bible are like all Muslims. So they are not like, they are Jews, but they believe in Allah. So that's the difference with the Jew and the
So
Arabs.
Christians are just
I'm sorry,
deceiving
please, but
themselves.
isn't Allah just doesn't Allah just mean God? So can these people? So basically, if you're a Christian, you still worship Allah, right? Allah is just Arabic for God. So what that doesn't mean is that it's just
Maybe, but I don't think so, because the mythology behind the Jewish God and Allah are kind of different.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes, I
technically
think
speaking,
Muhammad just pick up a god from the Quraysh pagan. Muhammad is from Quraysh, so he just pick a god and just um how will I say it, twist it or change it to like the mix it with the Jewish god, maybe to for more audience.
That motherfucker. That cocksucker. God damn it.
hold on, but even then, right? The Quran wasn't even available. Oh, someone. Okay, so the Quran wasn't even available until much later. 'Cause I know the Quran was being sent passed down through mouth, right? So the people had to remember
Are
what
you
the
sure?
Quran said
Wait, that will
and
confirm.
pass it
You know,
down.
Sorry, I
Muhammad
think you
said
guys.
Jubril dictated it to Ali. Ali
Yeah,
wrote
so like
Ali. How did
basically
he?
people have spent their whole life remembering their Quran because it wasn't written, it was oral. It was already
Oh,
done. Yeah.
yeah.
I wasn't
Oh,
like
okay.
Quran,
So the
it was an
Quran.
oral tradition, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so kind of Muhammad got the Quran. The story is that angel Jibril, which is Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
visited Muhammad in a cave and started um giving revelation and all that to Muhammad. And so it's not like he's writing it in a book. He's writing it on leaves, skin, animal skin, stones, and all that. So even according to some scholars, some of the what he wrote were lost. So they were able to like collect. So there was a time that they burnt all the what they have written down, the Quran. So they had to like memorize everything. So it was something that they memorized then. So it was easy for them to like put it down and so if people can memorize it and put that stuff down. So there was a leader that had forgotten the caliph then. So he was the one that approved this particular version. There was Ali, yes, Ali was also someone that was close to Muhammad then. So he also wrote his own version of Quran. So that's why we have the Sunni and Shia Muslims. So the Shia are more like followers of Ali, while the Sunni are followers of Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr is also part of Muhammad disciples, companion. So Islam is more like very also like similar to Christian, but just that
Not as much.
most years, just that we
The
have more
fracture is not as much because of
warmongers among.
the what they call it, the
No,
time
Christians
period
had
of the caliphate.
they're warmongers, but they're in their peace state, right? So I think every big religion has a stage in which they are very violent, right? Then they calm down over time. So we're not seeing Islam
Islam
on a
never come
wilder
down.
like scale, at least, right? So we're still so from now since the Middle Ages to now, right? We can say it's the Islamic stage of violence, but give them another 500 years and they'll see how they'll come down.
They are not coming down. Hmm.
All
Okay,
religions calm down.
let's move on. Those
When you
fuckers
were
are
a
not coming
Christian, you could
down. They are
forget.
looking for who to
Yes, so
kill.
the Christian Crusade was actually a retaliation to the Islamic expansion that was happening. So yes, Christians have been very, very violent. They've killed so much people, like way more than the Muslims, even to this day, right? But we are living through the era in which
Spanish
Muslims,
Inquisition.
yeah, we're living in the era where the Muslims are the ones that are being violent. But don't be mistaken, Abrahamic religions and violence go
Wow.
one and one. They just have
Yep.
time periods.
And Christianity has packaged so that they can fit
Yeah,
into the
Christianity
secular world.
always changes. In fact, I can even argue out that Islam is actually going into their peaceful state because they were in constant war with so many nations and tribes and all the stuff like that, right? And it's not even that bad. Like when they were seeing some violence, yeah, but they will eventually calm down. They're in their
No, they can't fight yet. The war, everybody get weapons, so they have to
Charlie,
pick
do
their
you know
fight
how they
carefully.
even colonized the north of Nigeria? They were fighting. They were
Yeah, no.
fighting
Are
then.
they not doing it? They are doing it in
They're
Nigeria.
very
That
colonized.
NNPC that they are privatized,
They're
that's
very
one of their
colonized.
steps.
It's left the south, right? So the north is very colonized. That's why a Fulani man doesn't carry a Fulani name. He carries a Arabic name and wears Arabic clothing. They're very colonized. So it's left with the south. The south didn't get colonized by the Arabs. It got become by the British when they're Christian. So we are actually seeing them go down because they used to go to war, prepare. Like
They
many
are
people
not
were
coming
fighting
down. They
against
are
it.
doing Takia. They're on Takia mode, waiting for the Mahdi. Wait, that was that M-A.
The same way Christians are
M-A-H-D-I.
waiting for the Antichrist now.
How do you pronounce
Yeah.
it?
Okay. Yes, Mahdi. Is like Mahdi. Someone like Antichrist is
I
Dajjal.
call him
Dajjal is
Jihad Jesus.
so he's going to come back. Jesus is going, according to Muslim, Jesus will come back, and he's going to fight a beast called Dajjal. So that is the one of the end time of Muslim story, and
La, la,
also
la.
all these Gog and Magog, Majuj,
Oh,
and yes, it's also
Majuj and
in the
Majuj.
Quran. Yes, it's also in the Quran also. So the Muhammad also copy a lot of the Jewish story in the Quran. So just that he made it
Plagiarism joke.
consistency that the Jews are the liars, the Christians are liars, they will go to hell and all that.
La, la.
We need to do a room with like the Islamic stories because some of those stories are interesting. Like when Muhammad went to heaven and was negotiating with God on how many times Muslims should pray.
That was very
like,
funny. Yes,
I was talking to her,
yeah.
Oh, is it a hadith or in the Quran?
It's in the Quran. The Quran only states that Muhammad ascended to heaven, but the hadith give more details how it happened. Like he rode on a donkey and all that, all the story.
Okay. All right. So let's refocus. Final chapter. Job chapter 5. Let me paste the link. Job 5. Yep. All right. Job 5. Where are we? All right. So the title is Eliphaz's response continues. Come on, this guy, they shut up.
Should I read or you're reading?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Cry for help, but will anyone answer you? Which of the angels will help you? Surely resentment destroys the fool, and jealousy kills the simple. I have seen that fools may be successful for the moment, but then comes sudden disaster. Is this what people used to console themselves when rich people are flexing? Okay. Their children are abandoned far from help. They are crushed in court with no one to defend them. The hungry devour their harvest, even when it is guarded by brambles. The thirsty pant after their wealth, but evil does not spring from the soil, and trouble does not sprout from the earth. People, what is this guy saying? People are born for trouble as readily as sparks fly up from fire. If I were you, I would go to God and present my case to him. He does great things too marvelous to understand. Okay. He performs countless miracles. He gives rain for the earth and waters for the field. He gives prosperity to the poor and protects those who suffer. He frustrates the plans of the schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed. He traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted. They find it is dark in daytime, and they grope at noon as if it were night. He rescues the poor from cutting words of the strong. and rescues them from the clutches of the powerful. What the fuck is all this? And so, at last, the poor have hope, and the snapping jaw of the wicked are short. But consider the joy of those corrected by God. Do not despise the discipline of the Almighty God when you sin. For though he wounds, he also bandages. Almost see fucking abuse. This abuse. He strikes, but his hands heal. From 6 disasters he will rescue you, even the 7th. He will keep you from evil. He will save you from death in time of famine, from the power of the sword in time of war. You will be safe from slander and have no fear when destruction comes. You will laugh at destruction and famine. Wild animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and his wild animals will be at peace with you. You will know your home is safe. When you survey your possessions, nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be plentiful as grass. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age, like a sheaf of grain harvested at proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. Almost Job no go slap this guy. Which kind of guy be this one?
He was the apologetics of their day, you know.
The fuck? Oh, I go woes and wetin they talk. Only say the boys said don't they affect. I'm not sure he has power to slap anybody. I don't know. What the hell? This particular chapter has me like. It's like it feels more like stand up and pull yourself up by the bootstraps or something. I be waiting. Who has any idea what the hell is this?
Nonsense.
It feels like gaslighting though, because it's like talking about how, you know, like God, pretty much like God did all this shit
where's
to you.
that part of he beat you and he will heal you again?
Exactly.
That's a recipe for abuse now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, it's
where is that? He will beat you, cut you. What? But where is it? But consider the joy of those, verse 17. Those that despise, for though he wounds you, he also bandages. He strikes, but his hands also heal. This is what the fuck, man. Job is facing some serious abuse, and yet simping for the Lord. Lekos kan labashan tarababa. We give glory to God. What the fuck? See, I don't know, but these chapters, man. I think this is why people, when they read the Bible, they start to be like, what the fuck?
They want
read
to
this in the church.
Guys, something horrible has happened. I think Satan has come into my life. My father wants to go and watch football without me, like at a stadium.
He went to what?
He wants to go watch football at the stadium. So,
quarantine him.
Live. Yeah. And I'm here at home with my afro out. Try.
Put him in quarantine.
I swear to God, I won't open the door for him.
Omicron is outside.
I'll lock the door.
Yes, now. Nobody they fear COVID now. Omicron now. There's another variant coming down
the monkey pox.
No, not monkeypox. Another variant of COVID.
Oh, I see. Have you guys finished John 5?
Yeah, we are finished. I'm just still trying to absorb it. Like, it's just risks of abuse, gaslighting, get the fuck up, stop being a bitch.
But
that's what I'm just hearing from this.
This guy took away all his money, killed all his animals, destroyed his home.
All his shit doing.
I'm getting there. Killed his children. So killed his servants, killed his children, killed his grandchildren, killed his in-laws. Like,
inflicted him with physical harm.
Like, what has to happen again before he's like, yeah. God fuck you. Like, what else can somebody do to you that will be like, this, enough is enough?
But they read this in church though, and they find inspiration from this.
I swear to God, it is the most confusing thing ever. Like, what? Why?
I guess we can always say it's the power of indoctrination because blessed Job got the complete Jericho treatment. No, seriously, that I was just about to say wall of Jericho story. I still remember when I was reading it, when we were singing it. The walls of Jericho fell down flat. The walls of Jericho fell. We are celebrating genocide, so it wasn't genocide to me. It was a victory for God's people. That's the way it has always been in my head till I took a step back and be like, the fuck? These guys were on their own.
Because it feels like I said, yeah, even if you do everything right, if someone was to just be like, hey, God, you know that guy ranting? Yeah, let's test him out. You know, I want to see how his fit is. That'd be all. So you don't have to even sin before you're even being punished.
Yeah, now you have said he's already incited me to ruin him for no reason. God has already said it for no reason.
What's wrong with Israel's
all what he's doing to Job is for no reason. Oh, now just a possibly ego trip.
I wonder, yeah, if after this story is over, like at the end, it does not say that, oh, God promises never to test another human being like this again. I wonder if there will be something like that.
I wonder.
So, because this reminds me of how, like, when I was in Nigeria as a child, I mean, like, the single digits, right? And we used to go to this church in Nigeria. And this is when we came to Ghana. So
who the hell is that?
Oh, who did that? Anyways, though. So we were in church, and then we had the news that we were home. Sorry, we had the news our pastor had died. He was taking a bath, right? And he kind of slipped and then hit his head and then he died, right? And the high mafias. And the whole topic behind it was that, it's because he probably was a false prophet, and that was why he was killed. Died. Morpheus, we're already done.
You guys don't read into this.
Yeah, we're done reading. We're just having some
conversation.
You guys are done.
Before we end the room.
You guys are done. What did
you say?
Yeah, did you guys get a notification for this?
We are late now. I pinged you, so
I was online, so yeah.
Next week, no worry, we'll go run next week.
You guys are done that stuff, eh?
We're done. So every other talk now after
yeah, this is real. This room is on replay. Just ping me in when it's open a new room.
All right.
Yeah, let me go wash my hair.
Everybody, thank you for coming. It's been a great read. Job is a fucking simp. Yahweh is an asshole and a dumbass that doesn't know shit. Easily manipulated by the accuser. So next week we continue in the Job train to see where Job and whatever happens to him goes. So catch you all next week. Hopefully, Sha. And take care.
By God's grace.
So I'll do another room just for chills, yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please subscribe up Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and other places that podcasts are available. Check out the show notes below for the links. Reach out on WhatsApp. The link is in the show notes below as well. And have a great week, and I will catch you on the next one.